Greetings everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Master League, and welcome back to Brazil. You can see from the top right hand corner of your screen that we have moved on significantly in the league now. We're now on 74 points, Sao Paulo in second place on 63, a lead of 11 points, which is pretty healthy even if I say so myself. You'll also notice down at the bottom of your screen there that our next match is in fact first versus second, Inter versus Sao Paulo, and I think this one, especially given that in a couple of games time we have the derby against Grêmio coming up, which we'll be bringing you as well. This one gives probably the greatest threat to our unbeaten record in the league so far this season. Let's have a look at who is going to be playing the game today for us. And straight away, Iago not looking too great. He actually stepped out of the side for our last match, which we won 3-2. Actually, do you know what? Let's go back and have a quick look at those very quickly. So you'll see Atletico Paranaense, we beat 3-2. And we've started shipping goals. That is one of the big things at the moment. We have started to ship goals. I'm a little bit worried about that. Yeah, so Paranense managed to put two past us, including an Antunes own goal. That was their second goal, which actually ended up squaring things up before Suarez came off the bench to score the winner in the last couple of minutes normal time. Before that, we played Flamengo, who, as you will remember from yesterday's episode, is our semi-final opponent in the Libertadores. We ended up beating them 3-1, but they actually did pull it back to 3-1 after we went 3-0 up. A last gasp effort from them, and also they had a goal ruled off for offside as well, a low drive that the goalkeeper could only manage to parry out, and one of their strikers got on the end of it, but unfortunately for them that striker was coming back from an offside position. And that's everything that's happened so far. So today, as I say, is Sao Paulo. It's first versus second. It's a big match for us, and we're going to have to be on our toes. Gallardo comes back in at left back. Edenilson can play left back, so we have cover for him on the bench. Schurz is looking knackered, so we're going to have to do something about that. And Nicolas Otamendi is the answer to that problem. Diego Carlos is looking a bit knackered as well, but maybe we can play him in one half and Schurz in the other half. I don't know. We're going to have to rest both of them in the next game if they're going to be fit for Grêmio, however. Rest of the team pretty much picking itself. I'm going to give Rafinha a game on right wing instead of Nico Lopez. I think that's just about it. That is all of the changes I'm willing to make today. Let's do this. Let's kick off. Let's get another few points on the board. Hopefully 3 points. I'll settle for 1. Frankly, the only thing I don't want today is a number in the L column. That would be disastrous for what is turning into an extraordinary season for the team. If we could go unbeaten all year, that would be absolutely immense. So here we are back at home at the Estadio Beira Rio. And we're about to kick off. We will be shooting from left to right in this first half. Let's see what we can do today. Rodriguez, Nonato, into Rafinha. Straight away, I'm feeling good about this. Yes, we got a chance straight away, but they just about managed to get it out from under the feet of the rampaging striker. And I thought it was going to be a bright start for us. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the shot away. But other than that, I'd say it's been a pretty decent start. Oh dear, that's tricky. That was risky. That was very risky. Ball down the wing for Nonato. Can he get a cross in? He'll have to beat his man first. Or maybe he can just use Mailton, who's lurking. Takes a couple of deflections. Hulimar. And for God's sake, once again, my predilection for the shoot button to be mapped to the circle button has caused my downfall, because Hulimar, instead of shooting, went in with a slide tackle. Here we go. Ali Al-Habsi kicks off again, and Guerrero picks the ball up in a decent position. Can't do anything with it though. Igor Gomez out to Igor Vinicius. They got a lot of Igors in this side. That's a good pass up to Gabriel. Here's Rojas. Cuts inside. That's a good effort. Lomba does very, very well to save it. It was powerful shot. He dove down to his side and managed to get a hand on the ball, and I'm glad of it because that could easily have been 1-0 to the visitors. Good header from Donato. Ball's played back to him, into Guerrero, who can't quite get to it. Here's Marquinhos, who loses out to a combination of Diego Carlos and Donato, who combine nicely there. Here's Rafinha. Guerrero out wide to Gallardo. Drilled in. Hulimar, and it's a goal for Hulimar. A low cross in by the backup left back Gallardo, and Hulimar tucks it away with clinical ease for the opening goal in this first versus second derby. Interestingly, he put the ball in across the face of the goal rather than putting it into the near post, but Ali Al-Habsi had absolutely no chance either way. "22 minutes played. It's Inter 1, Sao Paulo 0. And this game is certainly going the way that we would have preferred it to at the beginning of today's episode. Here's Marquinhos, out to Reinaldo, back to Marquinhos. Doing very well. Juan Santos into Helio Jr. Bruno Alves picks it up at the back. Sao Paulo doing well with the ball here. Arbeloa sprays it out wide right to Rojas. They'll look to attack down this right-hand side. Gallardo doing a good job of closing his man down, and he goes back with him as well. Here's a ball over the top for Rojas. Gallardo first to it with his head, and Donato now picks it up in the inter-midfield. However, Guerrero loses out, and now Sao Paulo have the opportunity for a counter-attack here. Gallardo staying with Rojas, but he's outstripped him here, and this could be dangerous. Cool, calm defending from Otamendi takes care of that once and twice indeed. And now Mailton in a very advanced position, well ahead of the right-sided forward, crosses into the box, shot off the post. Inter could have been 2 up here. Velasco places it. Al-Habsi catches it easily. Immediately out to Rojas in the right back area. Plays it back to Arbeloa. They're playing it across the back line. Here's Alves. Out to the left back. Helio Jr. Up to Reinaldo. Helio Jr. with one over the top, and Mailton's lost his man. Ronaldo with the ball in an area of... oh my word! I was going to say an area of danger, and he just proved me right. A fantastic cross, and the centre forward could only head it onto the upright. But that could so easily have been the equaliser. Great movement from the centre forward, ghosting in between the two centre backs. Gabriel will feel he's unlucky to have not got his name on the score sheet there. Here's Diego Carlos now. Inter starting with the ball out from the back. Passes it across to Otamendi. These two centre-backs really spread wide when they're in possession. It allows the full-backs to push up. Here's Hulimar. He beats his man. He's through. sliding tackle which takes the man out again, puts the ball out of play, and it goes out for a corner kick. Hulimar, and the ball sails over the crossbar. I think it'll probably end up being a goal kick. Indeed it is. Sao Paulo doing very nicely here. Within a couple of passes, they've advanced the ball well into the Inter half, and they've won themselves a free kick as well. Not much argument there. 2-on-1, and they took the man rather than the ball. Here's Igor Gomez. Flights the ball in the edge of the area. Nonato manages to get it away. Here's Guerrero. And Sao Paulo have it on the edge of the area, and this could spell danger for Inter. But Otamendi manages to run clear with the ball. And there's the half-time whistle. The referee calls this half to an end. And the scoreline stands at 1-0 in favour of the home team. Internacional well on their way to extending their unbeaten run, which stretches some 29 games now in the league. Things fairly even in the stats department. Sao Paulo have had their chances, and it would be foolish to think that they won't try again in the second half. We'll see how things go as the second half kicks off. And Helio Jr. switches ball magnificently from left to right. Rojas back to Igor Vinicius. Igor Gomez now. Arbeloa lobs the ball forward. Inter trying to keep the ball in. Gallardo only serves to play the ball to a Sao Paulo player, but he wins the subsequent tackle, and Inter can come away with it. Here he is on the ball now. The reserve left back Gallardo, he's not a bad player, but it's just when you're in behind someone of the quality of Iago, you're always going to struggle to pin down a first team place. The ball comes to nothing, and Sao Paulo try their best to make room to play this out. They don't like playing long balls that often. They will do it sometimes, as is exemplified by that, but perhaps that also exemplifies why they don't like to do it, because possession was immediately lost to Inter. And eventually the ball comes off of Rafinha's shins, and it goes out for a Sao Paulo throw, which they take deep in this Sao Paulo half on the left-hand side. The ball is with Bruno Alves in the left-back position, and he's being closed down by the Inter players. I should think he'll play this long before too long if he can't find a pass. He does find one down the line to Reinaldo, who then moves play out to the right-hand side. He's fantastic at this switching play, he really is. Here's Marquinhos, is a little bit loose. He's managed to pick the ball up, but he's got the attention of two Inter players. Rodriguez comes away with it. Here's Velasco into Hulimar. Now Rafinha, who's tackled for the ball by Alves. But the subsequent pass only finds the feet of Otamendi. Here's Rafinha. Rafinha, and the goalkeeper saves it at his near post. Pushes the ball out of play, and it will be a corner kick to Inter. Velasco whips one in, Mailton underneath it, gets his head to it, it flies over the crossbar though. No danger of that going in. It was a good 4 or 5 yards over the crossbar. Maybe even more than that. Again, Sao Paulo play it out from the back, but they've really been caught out this time, and the goalkeeper eventually has to put it long. Nonato collects the ball, and Inter start to press home their advantage again. They're about halfway into the Sao Paulo half here. Oh, that's a shame. There was a lovely 1-2 on the way. Oh my word! There's been a mix-up between the goalkeeper and the defender, and the ball ends up going out of play. I didn't see who got the last touch. We will do in a second here. Okay, it was the striker who got the last touch on it. Pablo, in the meantime, has come on for Ronaldo. We'll see how that affects their ability to switch play from left to right and back again. Guerrero may get this loose ball. No, Rafinha manages to get it to Hulimar. Guerrero hangs on to it beautifully. Here's Rafinha, and it's 2-0 to Inter. There's a suggestion of offside about this goal here, but Guerrero manages to feed the ball through to Rafinha. The referee says the goal will stand. Good strength shown by the Peruvian centre forward there. And then Rafinha, when he's on the ball, he just looks up, picks his spot and slots it away. We'll have a look at the replay here, because there is a suspicion that he was in an offside position when the ball was played. That is as tight as a duck's arse. The referee playing advantage to the centre forward. It took a slight touch off of the defender, but that won't affect things too much. Rafinha squares up, picks his point and puts it away, and wheels away, celebrating his goal and the second goal for Internacional. And this game seems to be heading towards an Inter victory here. Sao Paulo doing their best to get back into this match, however. Velasco wins the ball. Igor Vinicius picks it up, though. Linesman did flag for a foul, but the referee playing advantage. Goalkeeper punches only as far as Pablo on the edge of the area. Here's Helio Jr. into the box for Victor Gabriel. Great save from Lomba. And Gallardo picks up the loose ball and will bring it out of defence. Nice 1-2 between him and the centre-back. Allows Gallardo some space and time to bring the ball forward. Sao Paulo doing a good job of pressing here, but unfortunately it's a little bit too little too late. They're already 2 goals down. And they want to win this ball as soon as possible so they can try and get back into the game. Ball through to Velasco. It's a lovely ball to him. Can he find the cross? No, he can't. But it does go out of play for a corner here. Inter looking to get into the 6-yard box with this corner. Here's Nonato. Back to Rodriguez. First time hit. Oh my word! What a hit! What a hit by Rodriguez. He doesn't score many, but when he puts his foot through it, there's very few that can stop them. Goodness gracious me. Puts his laces through it, and it hits the side netting on the way in. Fantastic technique from the Argentinian midfielder. And now it is 3-0 to Inter, and there's absolutely no way back for Sao Paulo at this point, you would say. And this game just proving to illustrate the gap between Inter and the chasing pack. Sao Paulo are the second place team in the Brazilian League season so far. And as of right now, they really do look second best all over the place. Velasco with a long ball forward. Rafinha looking to get onto it. Junior takes a touch and it goes out. I think it might be a corner here. It is indeed. Velasco with an outswinger. Guerrero. Oh, he nearly scored a second. Guerrero underneath the ball. Heads it back to Nonato. Finds Hulimar. Shapes one, takes a deflection, goalkeeper's got it in his hands. And this game has been so easy for Inter that they've not made a single substitution. And I don't think the goalkeeper's going to worry about making a substitution at this point. Did I say goalkeeper? I do mean manager, of course. And right on time, the final whistle goes. The match ends here with a dominant performance by Inter. They've really stamped their names on the trophy with this. It's Inter 3, Sao Paulo 0. Goals by Hulimar, Rafinha and Rodriguez. And what a fantastic performance it was. A brilliant match to watch. Sao Paulo really gave their all and were equal to Inter for a large portion of the game, forcing a couple of very good saves out of Lomba, but eventually the quality of Inter saw through, and well, after this first goal on 22 minutes, it was pretty much one-way traffic. Let's have a look at the stats just to see how close this game was, and well, it wasn't really, was it? Sao Paulo had opportunities, but not many. Hulimar, your man of the match for today. It was nip and tuck between him and Rafinha, but Hulimar at the end of the day just getting the nod, did a little bit more on the pitch than Rafinha did for the critics in attendance. Rodriguez getting a 7, and so he should do after what was a fantastic third goal, absolutely lashing it into the top corner after a beautifully weighted headed pass back to him by, I believe, Nanato, who gets a 7 for his troubles. We'll see where this leaves the league. I already know it's going to put Inter 14 points clear at the top of the table. Lordy, lordy, lordy. And although they haven't scored anywhere, well, I say anywhere near, Inter have not outscored Sao Paulo. They've actually scored the same number of goals, and Botafogo are not too far behind. Neither are Corinthians or Gremio, but it's the defensive record of Inter that is making such a difference to them this year. 8 goals conceded over an entire league season. The next best record belongs to Corinthians, who have conceded 23. Sorry, Palmeiras, who have conceded 23. Well, that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and when we return next time, perhaps it will be a little bit more of Libertadores action. I cannot tell at the moment, but I'll leave you with this Derby rematch FMV. Till next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.